Slavery and its legacy are hard histories to teach, and there's hard history in my family.
Journalist Donna Bryson recently set out to write about teaching slavery. And with help from her father, she sought to look at how her family's personal history dovetails with some of the US's bleakest moments.
And I started to think about all the teachers in my family, starting with my grandmother, but there's a lot of them. Her cousins, her sister, even my father has taught in his time.
Bryson's exploration is part of a larger Reuters project looking at the ancestral connections of slavery to America's political elite.
Shame on you!
It comes at a fraught moment in the US where teaching history is both polarized and political. In Florida, for instance, Governor Ron DeSantis has led efforts to limit what is taught about racism in his state schools.
We fight the woke in schools. We in Florida will never, ever surrender to the woke mob.
The governor's office pointed Reuters to the state's education department, which notes students do learn about slavery, the Civil War, and Jim Crow law. Others say the country's dark moments cannot be glossed over. Parents and teachers say they're caught in the middle. Bryson's journey took her to this roadside marker in rural Georgia. It commemorates the lynching of 2 Black couples in 1946, including a woman who was 7 months pregnant. Her Georgia-born father, Andrew, now 86, recalls witnessing it as a 9-year-old boy.
I just saw a bunch of people shooting and yelling, and I guess they were probably high on something or whatever. But, and I was, well, I guess there's an age at which you're too stupid to be afraid. Maybe that's what it was.
Bryson says her family also knows the pain of racial violence all too well.
So I was wondering if you can tell me how you came to have this book and where it came from.
This was one of the ledgers they used, and the store was on Pigeon Street.
I think it's Martin Luther King Jr. Drive now.
In the 1930s, Jim Crow laws and segregation ruled the South. This is Bryson's great-grandfather's grave marker. He died after white men pulled him from his store, according to her father.
It sort of tarred and feathered him because apparently he was competition for the stores, a feed store and something else downtown.
When it came time to investigate my own family, there was kind of a dearth of documentation, which is true of a lot of African American families. It's hard to get past the 1870 census because African Americans were not named in the censuses before that.
Still, Bryson says there are also reasons for optimism. She's proud of her family's resiliency. And her father believes his own educator mother would have something to say about the current climate in the U.S.
What do you think your mother would make of these attempts to restrict what's taught and what's read?
What would she think of it? Mm-hmm. She was bold and outspoken, and if she saw something she thought was wrong, she would say so. She would say that there's always a way.